Dear viewers of the Tom Photo channel, people often talk about upgrading their gear. Their next tool needs to be newer and more modern than the previous one. This is not me. I'm filling the gaps. Photography gear may get more capable every year, but the question I keep asking myself is a different one. Is it getting more fitting for me? Can you fall in love with an older camera? Careful, this was a spoiler. I had never owned or used Fujifilm X-T2 before, but I always wanted one. It does not matter that I already own a Fuji X-T3. For me, getting a model that came before is not downgrading. It's simply getting another camera. One that might shape the way I think and photograph differently. Gear is not just a tool. Sometimes it's a collaborator. For the credibility of my channel and the Fuji advice I give you guys, I need to be knowledgeable about every Fuji camera. That means I need to test and actually use them. I've been eyeing the X-T2 for some time, but only now did the opportunity arise for me to get one. From the worn out looks of it, you can probably tell that I paid a very good price, one that was hard to decline. Yes, it's seen some use. The missing paint on the on-off switch tells you how much strain the camera has really had. This is more informative than the shutter count, because shutter count does not track usage from electronic shutter actuations or filming. The somewhat softer clicks of the exposure compensation button compared to the others also signals a professional user. The clean, scratchless bottom plate and the missing electrical contacts cover tell me it was used with a battery grip. The shiny corners reveal that the previous owner often threw it into a bag and didn't baby it too much. The initial settings the camera had, manual focus, raw only, maximal grain, noise reduction turned off, and a very interesting combination of DR settings, suggest someone who knew photography well and probably enjoyed black and white work with a retro lens. This is reinforced by the shoot without lens option being enabled. The selected F-log setting tells me that the user was no stranger to video either. Initially there was no strap at all, and only one strap clip was attached, so the camera was likely used at least occasionally with a gimbal. So yes, as you can see, a camera tells you a story. You don't necessarily have to study the DNA from the previous owner's fingerprints. It's enough to simply be Dr. Watson about it. The X-T2 used to be my dream camera. It just made sense. Large, extremely intuitive controls, weather sealing, a 24 megapixel X-Trans 3 sensor, amazing Fujifilm film simulations, except for the Eterna for the record. This was everything I wanted back then. The viewfinder is large and bright, it has dual SD card slots, the back screen tilts but isn't touch sensitive. And of course, there's no IBIS. That only arrives with the X-T4 and years later. Something I learned with my X-T3, and which is exactly the same with the X-T2, is that these cameras simply invite you to photograph. The experience matters. With these cameras, the process is more enjoyable than with an average camera. The large physical dials let you bypass menu surfing entirely, and that changes how you work. You think less, hesitate less, and shoot more. The X-T2 makes you want to photograph for the sake of it, even when there seems to be nothing worth photographing, and that is freeing. It slows you down too, but in a good way. I enjoy photographing in all kinds of weather, including when it's very cold. The weather sealing makes this possible. I'm reluctant to use my perfect shiny X-T3 in rough conditions, but with this seasoned cosmetically imperfect X-T2, I finally have a very capable beater camera, a camera I'm willing to take risks with. And that lack of fear often leads to better photographs. The X-T2 has also become my perfect travel camera, which I intend to primarily use with a Fuji XF 16 to 80mm f4 lens. This lens is weather resistant too, has a superb focal range and excellent image stabilization. I've reviewed it and the X-T3 as well, so please check out the links below. Trying to think about what I don't like about the X-T2 takes a bit of effort. The missing flash is probably worth mentioning. Sometimes you need a fill flash unexpectedly, and here the option is simply gone, so I have to carry a small flash. Also, after getting used to the excellent video quality of the X-T3, I'm a bit reluctant to use the X-T2 for video, although during travel I probably will. As for IBIS, I don't see its absence as a real problem. Listing that as a flaw would not be fair. I wish the camera had the color chrome effect as my Fuji X-T3 does. I said earlier that the X-T2 is a joy to use, but in the end we photograph for results. And this is where the camera truly shines. The sensor, together with the film simulations, produces colors that are not as accurate as those from some later Fuji models, but they're more exciting. More nostalgic is the better word. At times I like this imperfection more than my X-T3. You see, I'm not chasing truthful colors, I'm chasing moods and feelings. And in that sense, the slightly quote-unquote wrong colors of this older sensor are a strength. Cameras like this are not coming back. Today it's all about surgical accuracy and punchy perfection, in cameras and lenses alike. That makes me want to hold on to older tech even more. This has been my introduction to the Fuji X-T2. Expect more videos on this camera from me, including more technical stuff. I'll keep you posted on how I'm doing and how my relationship with it evolves over time. What I can tell you so far is that I find it hard to put this camera down. Thanks so much for your time. I'd love it if you considered subscribing to my channel and leaving a like. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.